Hey guys, Billy here with Preacher's Creatures. Just want to take a few seconds to say thank you to all of you that have joined the channel and subscribed. It's been a blessing to watch my numbers grow. I especially want to thank Adam over at SDG Custom Lorecraft for putting that word out, and it has been a blessing. As of right now, I have 287 subscribers, and before that, when Adam made the suggestion, I was at 64. And so again, we're very grateful for all of you, the comments, the encouragement, and just appreciate it so very much. And we're going to do a video today, and it's going to be inspired by one of the comments that somebody made on my last video, the macro pearl versus micro pearl, and he wanted to know what it looked like if you combined the two powders in the same bait, and also if you added a drop of black, how it would highlight the bait. So we're going to do that today. We hope you stick around and enjoy the video, and we'll see you on the other side. And don't forget, you'll love the features of Preacher's Creatures.
Alright guys, here we are. We've got our Pearl X macro pearl and our Pearl X micro pearl, and so we're going to give this a go. And I think last time we did a 30-second, which the official name for that is, according to this, is a smidgen. And so I think we ended up doing 2 scoops of each one in our last video. So instead of starting out with 2 scoops of each one, I thought I'd start out with a scoop of each, because that made it transparent enough. So let's do that to start out with, and if we need to, we'll add some. Here's the micro pearl. I'll just put the macro pearl in. And again, this was a viewer requested video, or not necessarily a request, but he was just wondering what it would look like, and that got me to wondering what it would look like. So I thought, we'll do a video and see what it looks like. If you recall, the macro pearl, it was a little bit more transparent, and it seemed like it had little tiny glitter in it. And then the micro pearl, it would show up a little bit more opaque, and it was just more like had more like a pearl effect. And so what I'm seeing here, I'm seeing a little bit of both. It kind of feels like the micro pearl is overpowering the macro pearl just a little bit. But you can still see, or I don't know if you can on camera, I can still see the glitter look to the macro pearl. So we will move over to the other side and shoot these baits, see what they look like. See what we have. This is, again, a half a cup of plastisol and 1/32 of 1/32 of each powder, the micro and the macro. And top these off. Shooting these epic baits. I enjoy shooting these molds. Jason and Amanda do a great job. I've got molds from Do It. I've got molds from I started out with Do It molds simply because they were on the cheaper side, and they, it's what I could afford at the time, and started out with their starter kit. But then as I got more involved in the hobby, I invested in, higher dollar molds. I've got some AI, got a fat guy fishing mold. I've got, of course, epic bait molds now. So I wanted to, while these are cooling off, let me just show you two things I did. If you recall in my macro versus micro video, after I got done, I thought, well, what can we do just to piddle around? And so I've got these glitters, these flakes from Hobby Lobby, and I thought I would try those. So the orange, and then there's a extra fine neon yellow, and I thought, well, I'll try some in each one of those Pearl-Ex powders and see what it does. And I have to say, I'm pretty excited about the results. And so that's the Pearl-Ex powder, and don't ask me which one was the micro, which one's the macro, because I don't remember. But I put the glitter in there, and with those Pearl-Ex powders, and man, I am loving that. Let me show the cameras here. So anyhow, thought that was pretty cool. Thought I'd show that to you. All right, these have cooled off enough. Let's readjust the cameras, and we'll see what we got. All right, let's start with one of my new favorites here, and that is the 1.375 Stonefly. I haven't gotten the 2-inch version yet, but I'm thinking about sweet talking the wife into letting me get it. So let's see what we have here. Stonefly. It's pretty nice. Of course, I mean, we're focusing mainly on the color of the Pearl-Ex together, and truthfully, it's still a little transparent, but you do get a little bit of both, and it may be hard for the camera to pick up, but I can still see the evidence of the macro in there, some of the little bigger pieces, but then that pearl shine of the micro. And so it looks pretty good. All right, we'll put that up there and put this back, get the next one out. Of course, it's going to be the 2-inch crappie crusher, and we'll pop it open, and look at that. Now this one, to me, the pearl effect of the micro stands out a little bit more. Maybe it's because it's in a thicker bait. Then about right here it starts getting a lot more transparent. But yeah, I can see the benefits of both. I may try the putting another 32nd of each in there. Just to give it a little bit stronger look. Now here's your 2.2-inch caddisfly larva. Let's see here. There's that. Looking good. Yep, transparent. But got a little bit of that pearl effect. I think I'm going to melt these baits back down and put a 32nd of each powder back in, and we will see how that affects it. So let's do this another Pearl X smidgen. This is the micro. Okay, put that in there, and we're doubling up the recipe. So in our video macro versus micro, we did two separate cups. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. We did two scoops of 1/32 in each cup for comparison, and so basically that would be 1/30 or 1/16 of each to a half a cup. So this we've done a 1/16 of each color into 1 cup. It's really taking on that pearl effect of the micro powder there. So we're going to set the camera up and shoot these molds right quick. Alright guys, engage the hair vise. Man, that thing's been a blessing. Alright, here we go. Caddisfly larva. Epic crappie crusher. And stonefly. Yeah, it looks like that macro. Of course, you never can tell till you get the bait out of the mold. Really, show it up, put it up to the light. But in the cup, it just looks like the micro pearl has kind of taken over. All right, we'll let these cool, and we will be right back. All right, guys, we're going to pull these out. I'm going to try. I've got a work light up here. I'm going to try to make this work to where you can, maybe it'll show the molds better, or not the molds, but the baits. And given that they're translucent, we'll see. Hopefully it don't shine too much. So here's the stonefly, and again, this is with two, so a 1/16 of each kind of pearl powder, the macro pearl and the micro pearl. And so that light's going to it's going to make them glow, but that way you can see the light passing through them. So hopefully that'll make a difference on camera to let you see what I'm talking about. And I will say, when the light passes through it, I can still see the macro pearl. It still has that glitter, that fine glittery look, but it's got that pearl shine. So that's pretty cool. But you know what it needs. It needs some flake of some kind. You're going to have that transparent body. But we'll take care of that here in a little bit. So put these up here. Get these put away. I'm trying to make my videos to where I'm not wasting people's time. Some of these guys, like Adam and Michael from Bait Chucking, they've got so much knowledge that they're passing along in each video that they just grab your attention. And I'm still learning, so I'm just trying not to be long-winded. Alright, let's see what we got here. 2-inch crappie crusher. And they're glowing in the light. Yeah, a little bit more of the pearl effect when it comes to this one. and I think it's because it's the thickness of the bait. Now still see some of the macro pearl showing up in the tail, looking like that real fine glitter. Got that pearl effect, but I like it. Still got some transparency to it. So let's hold them up to the light. See if get you a good idea there. And then last but not least, the caddisfly larva. Let's see what we got here. Those look good. A little bit more transparent because the body is kind of oval, so you got a little bit more of transparency in these baits. So picking up some of that macro pearl, some of the big, well, I say big, but it's what it is. It's macro. It's bigger than the micro, ain't it? Kind of makes you wonder if they make a microwave, if it would heat up a lot faster or heat bigger things, I guess. I don't know. Oh, it's getting late while I'm making this video. Alright, so what we're going to do next is we're going to reheat this up, and then we're going to hit it with a touch of black and see what it does to it. Alright, stick around. We'll see you on the flip side. Okay guys, here we are. We've got the macro pearl and the micro pearl mixed together per a viewer request, and we can see traces of both. The micro seems to take on a little bit more, but they also wondered what it would be like to add some black to it. And the only black I have is this black X2 color from Do It Molds. And since I've got a half a cup, I'm going to try to be very careful, because one drop is the amount of two, and so I'm going to just put that much. It's thick because it'll glob in there if I'm not careful. So here we go. Let's watch the magic. It turned it silver. That's pretty cool right there. I'm glad. That sure enough turned it silver. But it has it still has the pearl effect. That sure enough did. If you don't think I'll use that, you're crazy. That's a great looking belly color. Alright, let's shoot it in these baits and see what it looks like. That's pretty awesome. I'm excited about that. Alright, here we are. Give it another quick stir. And draw it up. Purge the air bubble. Clamp it. Let's go with the stonefly first, see if we can't get them tails filled out good. I like it. I like it. Alright, top them off one more time. Alright, 1.375 stonefly. Still fairly translucent, but it's got that silver look to it. hold it up to the light. You can see some of the macro, but yeah, I'm digging that. All right, and 2-inch crappie crusher. Saw Michael at Bait Chucking did his video, used the 3-inch crappie crusher for the little mini chatterbaits. Those look pretty cool. That was a good video. I enjoyed that. All right, here we go. Silver. That's cool. I've tried to do these in my old school colors. Maroon, silver, and white. Well, it'd just be maroon and silver. I don't have a triple injector. Yes, sir. If you can make that out or not. Pretty cool. Got a few little air bubbles in there, but I haven't got to the point of vacuuming yet. So maybe that day will come someday, but as of right now, we're not in that place. Alright, and the last one is the caddisfly larva. Let's see here. Always wants to open up on both sides. That's alright. So there we go. That's cool. Appreciate the challenge there. I don't know what happened there. Maybe a streak of black in there. It didn't get mixed in to the plastisol. I don't know. There's a couple little streaks in there. Bet you that's what it is. Some colorant didn't get mixed in. I'll have to melt that back down and redo it. Let's see if I can find one that don't have colorant. Rookie mistake. But you learn from it. Be alright. There you go. Micro and macro pearl with a drop of X2 colorant yields silver. Alright. Thanks for watching, and don't forget, you'll love the features of Preacher's Creatures.